people like me and like you. There was a story shared by a professor. He had agreed to speak at a military base, and he had was being picked up by a soldier at the airport. The soldier's name was Ralph, and Ralph picked him up, and as they were walking through the airport, and they were going to the luggage, to pick up the luggage, Ralph kept disappearing. And one time Ralph disappeared. He went and helped a lady whose luggage had opened up and all her stuff had spilled out. And Ralph helped her put it back together. And another time Ralph disappeared, he went and picked up a couple of twins who were struggling to see Santa Claus, who had just come into the building over all the people who had gathered around. And he picked them up so they could see. And another time he disappeared, somebody was lost, and he helped them find their way to where they needed to be. And the professor said, "Where did you learn to do that?" And he said, "Do what?" He said, "To be kind and compassionate to people." He said, "Well, I guess I learned it in the war." He said, "In the war?" I said, "Yeah, in the war." He said, "I was in Vietnam." He said, "And I was a mine sweeper. Our job was to remove the mines from the fields from the soldiers." He said, "In my platoon," he said, "I saw a lot of my friends just blown to bits right in front of my eyes, and things didn't go the way they were supposed to go." He said, "And I learned through that to live life from step to step. From the time I picked up my foot to the time I put it down, to experience the world at its fullest, because nothing else was ever promised to me." He said, "So ever since then, I've tried to make the most out of every step, to help people and to live life to its fullest." And isn't that the truth? None of us is promised that next step. There's no guarantee you'll ever get out of that pew. There's no guarantee I'll finish this sermon, although you're hoping that it'll come to an end soon, I know. But there are no guarantees. There's no time like the present to be kind to someone else. There's no time like the present to be that kind of friend. There's no time like the present to get your relationship with God right. To be all in. Heart, mind, and soul. To be ever present. Ever present. When you go to prayer, are you there? Are you focused with your mind on the busy day ahead? Are you truly spending time with God? When you're sitting with your spouse, are you there? Are you wondering how to get the remote control out of your hand? Are you there? When your friends are sick, are they down? Or they get bad news? Or they lose someone? Are you there? Are you present? Or is it just too awkward? Too hard? The challenge is to be there. The challenge is to be that kind of friend. I heard a song yesterday that said, God has put millions and millions of doors in the world to shine His light through. And one of them is yours. I said, wow, that is like amazing insight. I've been put here to let God's light shine through me. You've been here, put here, to let God's light shine through you. What a beautiful sentiment. What a beautiful thought. Is the door open? Or is it closed? Open your door.